Welcome to our Bedtime Stories channel. Tonight's story will take you on a gentle journey into sweet dreams.
Tonight's bedtime story is called The Little Whale Who Searched for the Ocean's Music. It's a gentle tale about a young whale named Lumo, who follows the sounds of the sea to find the song hidden within his own heart. Close your eyes, listen, and let the ocean carry you into sweet dreams. The night sea was soft and wide, and the moon laid a silver path across the water. In that quiet light, a little whale named Lumo drifted near the surface. He loved the hush of night. Tonight, Lumo felt a tug in his heart. He had heard a story that there was music hidden in the ocean, a song so gentle it could calm even a storm. He wanted to find it. He wanted to carry it inside him and hum it when the day felt heavy. Lumo listened. He heard the small tap of a crab on a shell. He heard seagrass whisper as it swayed. He heard his own breath, slow and deep, like a drum far away. These sounds were lovely, but they did not feel like the music from the story. The music he sought would be warm and round. It would hold him like a blanket, and it would make the stars feel close. A sleepy turtle floated by. "Where are you going, little one?" the turtle asked in a voice as low as sand. "I am looking for the music of the ocean," Lumo said. "Have you heard it?" The turtle blinked. "I have heard many sounds," he said. "Rain on the surface, ice cracking in winter, the click of dolphins. Each sound is part of a bigger song. If you look with your heart, you may find it." "How do I look with my heart?" Lumo asked. "Go slow," the turtle said. "Be kind to the quiet." He waved a flipper and drifted on. Lumo took a breath and went slow. He let the water hold him. He felt tiny bubbles brush his cheeks. He watched a school of fish turn as one, like a silver cloud learning to dance. He listened to the hush and the hum and the far, far thrum that seemed to come from the deep earth. His eyes grew heavy, but his wish stayed bright. "The song is out there," he whispered. "I will find it." And the moon, kind and bright, walked with him on the water as he began his gentle search. He swam along the pale path the moon had painted. Little sparks glowed where plankton woke under his touch. They winked, then faded, then came again. Lumo smiled. He sang a tiny note to see if the night would answer. The note was small, like the tip of a shell. It floated up and was gone. He tried a longer sound. It rolled from his chest and curved through the water. A far whale answered, deep and slow. But the voice was too grand to be the soft song from the story. Lumo loved the answer. It made him feel less alone. Near the seafloor, he found tall kelp. The leaves waved in slow lines. Lumo slipped between them, very still. The kelp made a soft swish. He closed his eyes and let the sound fill him. It felt safe, but the music he wanted stayed just beyond his reach. Like a dream almost remembered. "I will be patient," he told himself. "The ocean has time. I have time too." With that thought, Lumo relaxed, and the night wrapped around him like a calm, warm sea. Morning drifted in softly, like pale paint. Lumo woke and felt the sun warm his back. He thought of the turtle's words, "Go slow, be kind to the quiet." He took a deep breath and let it out in long bubbles. They rose in a string and popped atop with tiny kisses. Lumo smiled and swam toward bright coral where fish peeped out like shy stars. A young dolphin zipped by and circled him. "Race you to the reef," the dolphin chirped. "I cannot race today," Lumo said with a small laugh. "I am looking for the music of the ocean." "The music?" The dolphin spun. "Oh, I know music. Listen," he clicked and squeaked in quick notes. Other dolphins joined, weaving sounds like ribbons. The song was bright and fizzy. It made Lumo want to splash. It was beautiful, but not the soft, round song he was seeking. "Thank you," Lumo said. "Your song is wonderful." "Maybe ask the coral," one dolphin chirped. "It sings when the water is clear." They darted away like arrows of light. Lumo hovered by the reef. Tiny shrimp snapped. Parrotfish nibbled. Water hummed through coral halls. When he pressed his ear to the stone, he felt a faint ring, as if the reef held a small bell inside it. The sound was kind, but it was not the ocean's cradle song. He swam on. A jelly drifted past, slow and glowing. A ray swept over the sand like a flying blanket. Lumo kept his heart open, like a window with no shutters. He listened to the map of sounds around him. Still, the song he wanted lived just ahead, like a friend you can see but not quite reach. Near noon, Lumo grew a little tired. He floated under a raft of seaweed and rested. Waves made a steady up and down, like someone rocking a cradle. His eyes closed. In that half-sleep, he heard a tiny tune, no louder than a breath. It rose and fell with the waves, as if the sea itself were humming. He reached toward it in his mind, and then he woke, and the tune was gone like foam in the sun. "I will not give up," he told himself. "If the sea can sing, it will sing again." And he set off once more, slow and patient, letting the day carry him like a leaf on a kind river. By a quiet sandbar, he met a small hermit crab in a borrowed shell. The crab waved a tiny claw. "Looking for something?" "The ocean's music," Lumo said. "Ah," said the crab. "Sometimes the best part of a song is the space around it. Listen between the sounds." The crab tucked in and went still, as if to show him how. Lumo lay beside the sandbar. He counted a slow 10 between each breath. He felt the cool slide of water on his skin. He listened not only to the snap and the nibble and the hum, but also to the gentle spaces that held them. Those spaces felt like hands. They felt like rest. He let them hold him until his heart matched their pace, slow and even. That evening the sky turned gold, then rose, then deep blue. Lumo swam along a gentle current that carried him south. The water felt cooler here, and the bottom fell away into a wide valley like a smile in stone. The valley made the sea sound deeper. Lumo hummed a note just to feel the echo slide back and rest on his skin. In the dim light, he met an old humpback whale moving slowly, her fins long as sails. She looked at Lumo with kind eyes that had seen many seasons. "Little traveler," she said, "why do you listen so hard?" "I am looking for the music of the ocean," Lumo answered. "I want to learn it so I can keep it when I need it." The humpback nodded. "A good wish," she said. "When I was young, I also looked. I swam far, and I sang to the ice and the fire and the rain. One night, after a long swim, I grew very tired. I drifted with my eyes half closed. Then I heard it. It did not come from a single place. It came from everywhere at once. It was inside me too." "How did you hear it?" Lumo asked. "I stopped reaching," the humpback said. "I floated like a leaf. I let the sea sing through me. Then I could tell the music from the noise." They swam side by side. The old whale sang a low warm line that curved like a shell. Lumo listened with his whole body. The song was rich and kind, and it showed him pictures. Winter ice lit blue from within, summer storms like drums on the skin, calves rising for their first breath. Lumo thought he felt the edges of the ocean's song beneath her notes, like the slow river that carries all other streams. "You are close," the humpback told him. "Go where the water rises and falls. Go where sand moves like breath. There your heart will learn the shape of the song." She tipped her. Great head and farewell, and faded into the blue. Lumo followed the current until he reached a shore of tall dunes. The night air smelled of salt and grass. Waves rolled in and laid down white lines that slid back with a hush. Lumo lay just beyond the break and floated up and down with the swell. He counted. 1 up, 1 down. He matched his breath to the water and felt peace bloom like light in a shell. A small cloud crossed the moon and the beach grew dark. The wind lifted and the waves grew taller. Lumo felt a pinch of worry. He had never been near the shore in rising wind. He thought of the song and tried to listen, but the push and pull grew loud. A wave picked him up and set him down too fast. His heart thumped like a hare. He tucked his fins close and whispered, "Go slow." He breathed with the water, in and out, and the worry shrank a little, like a knot loosening. He kept breathing until the wind eased. The moon came back, bright and calm as a friend. Lumo rested in the gentle rise and fall, and sleep found him like a warm tide. Morning light touched the dunes like soft gold. The sea was gentle again, and the wind had gone to rest. Lumo woke with a quiet stretch and felt strong in a simple way. He thanked the night and the waves for holding him. Then he turned his face toward the open water, where the blue grew deep and wide. He swam along the coast until he found a place where the seafloor curved into a shallow bowl. Sand moved in slow curls there, rising and falling as each wave passed. Lumo stopped above the bowl and listened. The hush was steady and kind. It felt like a big, slow breath that never hurried. He matched his breaths to it, and a calm shape grew in his chest, round and smooth, like a polished stone kept in a pocket. From the rocks came small, clear notes as water slid over them and slipped away. Plink, whoosh, hush. Plink, whoosh, hush. The sounds were simple, but together they made a pattern. Lumo began to hum with the pattern, not loud, only enough to feel it hum back against his bones. The more he stayed, the more the place seemed to teach him. He did not need to reach, he needed to belong. A seal pup bobbed near and watched him with curious eyes. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Learning to listen," Lumo said. "To what?" "To the way the sea breathes," he answered. "It helps me breathe too." The pup tried it. She floated and breathed with the waves, and a sleepy smile spread on her face. "It feels like rocking," she said. "Like when my mother holds me." She yawned and drifted on. Lumo felt warm joy. He hummed again, and the tune that rose from him was small and round. It was not the grand call of a far whale or the bright dance of dolphins. It was the sound of a heart resting, safe and kind. As the day grew older, the tide began to change. The bowl filled a little more with each wave, and tiny lines of foam drew white paths on the sand, then faded, then came back again. Lumo watched the paths and thought of his own path. Sometimes he felt far from the song. Then it came near, then far again. He saw that this was all right. The moon did not always sit in one place. The sea did not hold still. Why should the song? He swam to a small cave where water sighed in and out. Shadows made the light look like moving silk on the walls. Lumo rested there and let the cave sing to him. The notes were deep yet soft, shaped by stone and time. He closed his eyes and felt as if the cave were a chest, and he was the breath going in and out. In and out, safe to stay, safe to go. The music was not a thing to hold. It was a way to be. He did not need to catch it. He needed to become quiet enough to hear it wherever he was. That night, clouds gathered again, soft at first, and then thick. The wind found its voice and spoke in long lines over the water. Lumo felt the change. He was not afraid now. He remembered the bowl of sand and the rock cave and the old humpback's words. Go where the water rises and falls. Breathe with it. Let it sing through you. Rain began to patter on the surface, quick and light. Each drop made a tiny drum. Soon the drums blended into a soft roar. The sea rose and sank, rose and sank. Lumo matched it. When a wave lifted him, he filled his lungs. When it set him down, he let the air slide out, in and out, up and down. The pattern steadied him. The storm was not against him. It was a bigger breath. A small cry cut through the rain. Lumo turned and saw a young seabird on the water near the shore. Its wings heavy, its head low. It flapped and flapped but could not rise. The wind pressed it back. Lumo swam closer. Climb on my back, he said in a voice as calm as he could make it. The bird blinked, scared and tired. "It's all right," Lumo said. "We will move with the water." The bird rested on Lumo's back, small and shaking. Lumo felt its tiny heart beat fast against his skin. He began to hum the round, small tune he had learned. The hum was not big, but it was steady. The bird's breath started to slow. Lumo waited for the swell, then glided with it toward a low rock where waves fell softly. On a quiet lift, the bird hopped to the rock and tucked in under a ledge. "Thank you," it whispered. "Your song helped." "It helped me too," Lumo said. "The sea taught it to me." The storm moved on across the dunes, and the rain thinned to mist. The sky opened in places, and stars peeped through like silver seeds in dark soil. Lumo floated and watched the small birds settle, safe and dry. A warm peace spread through him. He understood something new. The ocean's music was not only for him, it was a gift to share, a gentle rope to hold together the ones who needed holding. He hummed again, and the sound seemed to carry farther. It touched the rock, and the rock answered with a low ring. It touched the water, and the water answered with a hush. It touched the sky, and the sky answered with clear light. Lumo felt the song move through him and out into the night, and for the first time, it felt complete, like a circle closing with a quiet click. He lay on his side and let the drops kiss his back. He thought of the turtle, the dolphins, the old whale, the seal pup, and the little bird. All their breaths were threads. The ocean held these threads and wove them into something tender. If he stayed gentle and listened, he could hear the weave. He could carry it wherever he went, not as a loud song, but as a calm center that stayed when winds rose and faded. Days passed, gentle as clouds. Lumo swam through water bright and water dim, through fields of eel grass and open blue. He did not strain for the song now. He let himself belong to the places he entered. When he was near sand that breathed, he breathed with it. When he was in deep water that rung like a bell, he let the ring sit in his bones. When he met friends, he shared the small round tune, and their eyes grew soft, and their breaths grew slow. One evening, as the sun went down in a wide orange bow, Lumo floated far from shore. The sea was quiet, and the sky was clear. He could see the first star wake in the east, then another, then another. He listened, not hard, just open. And there it was, the music he had wanted from the start. It was not one voice, it was many voices held together by kindness. Waves, wind, stone, fish, birds, nightlight, and his own slow heart. The music was a home, and he was inside it. He hummed with the sea. His tune curved around the nearest wave and slipped down into a long valley and rose again, warm and easy. He could feel the old humpback's wisdom in it. The dolphin's bright joy, the turtle's slow care, the seal pup's soft rest, the small bird's brave hope. Each one had given him a piece. Now the pieces fit. Lumo closed his eyes and let his body rock. He remembered the time he was afraid and how the breath brought him back. He remembered the cave, and the bowl of sand and the way the moon wrote paths on the water at night. He understood that he did not have to chase the music. He had to make room for it by being gentle with the world and with himself. Then it would rise up to meet him, the way the sea rises to meet the shore and then slips back, patient and sure. He opened his eyes to the star path and whispered, "Thank you." The word fell into the water and became part of the song. Far away, a whale answered. Nearby, a fish flicked its tail. Above, a small wind said yes and moved on. Lumo smiled, not with his mouth, but with his whole body, from fin to fin. Night grew deeper. The stars were bright but soft. Lumo tucked his fins close and found the quiet place. Inside him, where the ocean's music lived now, steady and calm. He curled in the dark water and let the gentle rise and fall carry him. His breaths grew long, His thoughts grew light. The sea hummed around him and within him. And sleep came, kind and slow, like a lullaby made of water and moonlight and love. In his dreams, he swam under a ceiling of stars that rang like bells. The sand breathed. Friends moved near and far, each with a gentle thread. Lumo followed the threads, not to hold them, but to feel how they joined. When he awoke, the music would be there again. Not because he had caught it, but because he had learned to listen and to be kind.